Hello, thank you so much for purchasing with Medium Emary, and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Thank you so much for purchasing a special holiday offer. So your name and info will be confidential. I will only go over what I see coming for you for the new year. So I'm just going here to your name really quickly. Just to make sure here, your full name. Alright, so this is going to be focused on what I see coming for you for the first 6 months of 2020, the last 6 months of 2020, and then I'm going to use one oracle card to tune into the overall message for the whole new year. So let's start shuffling here. Alright, let's call upon the angels now to come through for we ask the universe now to reveal to what we see coming his way. I would like to tune in for the last 6 months, what we see coming his way. And then, what's the overall message? Okay, so this is the overall message here. Alright, so let's start. The first 3 cards you have here is the King of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the High Priestess. So, for the first 6 months of 2020, there is this focus of creating goals for yourself, goals being made, or just a focus on making goals happen and planning and making things happen. And even if it's not happening right away, it's the idea for whatever plans you have set to set those goals so the process can begin. Because I do see for the first 6 months of 2020 for you, either for work or for career, things are going to be in the process. Things are going to be more concrete. Things are going to make more sense. Things are going to be flowing better. Energy is going to be flowing better with money, work, and career. The High Priestess card comes through, which is all about intuition. So there's this focus as well for the first 6 months to pay attention to your intuition. There is this feeling, a lot of spiritual downloads, spiritual information, maybe messages, maybe guidance, maybe signs are going to be flowing through for you the first 6 months with your lifestyle or with decisions and changes you're going to be making for yourself. So pay attention to those intuitive feelings and those signs. Your intuition is going to be guiding you a lot. So instead of listening to everyone else around you, listen to what your intuition's telling you when making decisions for the first 6 months. And then this card for me is all about, in regards to yourself, it's all about the idea of not robbing from yourself, not holding yourself back. You know, in the end, whatever is happening to you emotionally, mentally, you're only doing it to yourself. It's like to not let other people have power over you, and with whatever decisions and choices you make with your intuition and from your goals, to really follow through with it and not let certain things hold you back, or certain things make you fall apart, or certain things make you feel like you're not good enough or you're not capable of it. It is a feeling too of just making sure that you're dealing with the right people as well in the first 6 months, making sure you're dealing with people that, if it's in regards to business or with career, with work, making sure that you can trust them, and making sure that you're not stealing yourself away from the bigger perspective. Basically, to not get distracted by things that are unnecessary. Like focus your attention on the most important things in the first 6 months, and don't let other little things distract you. Maybe little things that are not as big of a deal as you think it is, and to pay attention to the bigger, wider perspective. So in the first 6 months, we see goals, plans being made, spiritual guidance being, presented to you, and also just a little bit of advice and tips for just making sure you're trusting the right people, especially when making any business decisions or whatever it is. Just making sure that you're also you're going for it. You're not letting anything hold you back from anything. It could be work related, career related as well. And the idea of like not being negative too, I would say trying to stay positive the first 6 months as well, and trying to stay positive in regards to these goals, these plans, and these decisions that will be made. So the last 6 months I see here, you have the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Six of Cups, and the Three of Cups. So a lot of changes, a lot of big changes will be happening for you in the last 6 months of 2020. So for me, things will be shifting, things will be changing, lots of shifts, lots of things happening. So I'm thinking maybe certain plans that were made from the first 6 months will be kind of ready, unraveling, unfolding for you with career, with work, or with any like plans, external plans. The Three of Cups comes through, so for me it's all about networking, connections. So there will be a lot of connections and networkings with people, maybe for work, for career, friends, reuniting with old friends, with family, and also just connecting and networking in many ways. You have the Six of Cups here, which is all about the past. So maybe in the last 6 months there will be a lot of nostalgic energy. Maybe there will be this feeling of thinking about the past, reminiscing on the past. Maybe the last 6 months will be a little bit emotional for you, just in terms of the nostalgic feeling. And also can mean as well, when you're going through that, just to pay attention and not compare the past so much to the present, because there's this feeling that maybe you'll look upon the past a lot. It's kind of the idea of letting go of the past and what happened. And this card can represent reuniting with an old friend, reuniting with an old family member. So there's just this feeling of connections, and also shifts and changes, transitions, things happening that are meant to happen, that will happen in the last 6 months. It could be anything with a job, with an opportunities, with career. It's like things will be unraveling. Now, this doesn't mean that it's going to be, I'm not going to say it's going to be bad, but it's just this feeling like you got to kind of hang in there, because there's this feeling that there will be moments that will be good and moments that will be okay. It's like you have to be open and know that it will eventually settle through, but you have to like hang in there and have strength, and at some point that balance will come through. There will just be a lot of shifts and changes, and I feel like they will be good, but there will be some that will there will be some delays here and there, but I feel like it will eventually subside and things will settle better. Okay, so your overall message for the new year is the crumbling. Sorry, I just sneezed. What are you clinging on to? So this card is all about it's like similar to the Tower Tarot card, which is all about, things coming to a turning point, things coming to this point where you have to like eventually make a move. You have to eventually come to this place where you can find more awareness in what you want, what you don't want with yourself, with your life, or with work, or financially, or whatever it is. It's this concept of learning to not be afraid, and to have faith and hope in something that will work, and to stop clinging on to something that probably no longer exists, or clinging on to something that is holding you back from like newer and better things, or things that are, you know, better for your possible potential, and you know, bringing goodness for your life. I'm going to read off the guidebook itself either way, but that is what I'm feeling from the card, but I will also read from the guidebook for you. There's a shift happening right now where anything inauthentic can no longer survive. Relationships, jobs, social structures, anything built on shaking ground is destined to tumble down. It's happening to bring you back home to who you truly are, so you can live a life that is in alignment with who you are. When you're in the thick of it, it can feel like a personal attack from the universe. Have faith, because the difficult times will be your defining moments. You will be reborn in the fire. You're being called to surrender, to stop trying to hold it all together, to loosen your grip, to let the crumbling occur. It may be difficult at first, but in the end, the sooner you let go, the sooner the rebirthing will occur. What are you trying to hold together? What are you doing? What are you doing your best to avoid? How are you trying to pretend everything is okay? You have what it takes to allow what is falling away to tumble and fall. Once the tower has crumbled, you'll be able to rebuild your home on solid ground with mighty foundations and a view that is so magnificent that it will take your breath away each new morn. Kali, the goddess of destruction, and the Black Madonna are with you now. Lay it all on their altar. They can hold it all together. So it's the idea of not trying to hold things together. You know, your new opportunities are trying to come your way, especially in the new year. And how can these new opportunities come your way if you're still holding on to the past, which is funny because you have the nostalgic card, or you're still holding on to old habits or old foundations or old routines. So it's the idea of letting yourself have this new rebirth, which can be referred to many things, with work, with career, with your lifestyle, with your health, or whatever you feel it relates to more. It's definitely saying allow that energy to be surrendered so you could begin this new path, so you could begin this new journey. If you're holding on to old things, how are you going to let new things flow into your life, or new opportunities come into your life? So you're going to have to learn to let go of things that are no longer serving you in the new year. Maybe you'll have some difficulty with this, and that is why that card is coming through for you for the new year. It's like saying you're going to have to let go of these things so you could allow the new energy to flow for you. So these goals can happen, or so these plans could happen. So I'm going to leave you with that, my darling. I very much hope you enjoyed this mini reading. I feel like it was very helpful and comforting, and I hope you have beautiful New Year's. And I'm grateful to have read you, and I send lots of love to you and your beautiful family, and to your wife. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. Many blessings. Bye now.